Hey, Olivia, thank you for signing up for this portfolio review. I have your website here, and really quickly, I am going to just, what did I say? Go and have a look at it and take a look at some of your work and see what we can potentially update and make it look better. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of these today, so I'm sorry I'm a little shot and it's already 9 o'clock here in the morning in Thailand. So let's take a look at your portfolio website. All right. So I noticed that you are using Adobe Portfolio, which is fine. It's, great. I think you're also still in school, so there's no need to rush and try to, take on more than you can handle with your classes and your assignments. Immediately on the homepage, I get, hey, I'm Olivia Hallowell, media production, graphic design, and user experience. I think over time, you're going to figure out what it is you want to do and what it is you don't want to do. I think right now, right, potentially you're learning about these. And so you have an interest in all of them. And eventually it'll kind of shake out where you'll understand what it is you actually want to do and what you want to, get client work for or go for jobs and things like that. I clicked on some of these projects, and what I'm going to do is maybe talk about a few of them because I think there's some really cool stuff here. I am not going to talk about the video promotion stuff. Unfortunately, that's just not I don't feel great talking about that or critiquing it. It's just not my area. But what I did click into before, I really like these Topps trading cards. And so what I noticed on some of your other project pages as well is that there's not a lot of writing going on. And unfortunately, even designers need to write. We need to have a lot of context to talk through some of the images and things that people are looking through. And so I know potentially these might be assignments and these might just be, little quick statements that you need to have for the assignment, but I would also consider, really thinking about what else that you can share, about your process, about your thoughts and your choices for some of the typography or color or the way you illustrated or the style you illustrated, things like that. I thought this was a really cool project. The thing that I'm missing, right? And I think I have done this as a young creative. You find some mocks that you're like really excited to use. You're like, yeah, this is going to look great. And you end up only using those mocks, but you forget to really let all the work that you've created. So like these illustrations really speak for themselves. And I can see I could see a moment here, a couple moments where you just have images, large images of these illustrations with potentially the text on them. Because at the end of the day, the illustration was the work. It wasn't the putting the illustration into the mock-up of the cards that was the work, and so I want to take a moment to appreciate that. I want to take a moment to look at that rather than just seeing it as cards and flat in a mock-up. I'd also want to learn or potentially talk about why you chose the typefaces that you're using. I'd want to learn about some of these visual elements, these borders and these patterns that you're using. Quick note here, it looks like your reds are slightly different between these. And so that's something to maybe pay attention to and maybe potentially update. Maybe it's just that image, but I'm just looking for a little bit more. And again, I know you're potentially in school studying and class assignments, but for future reference, I would love to see more content on project pages like this. This is a really cool project. I would also love to hear some or read some thoughts about why, like, what is the information on the back? What is it doing? And how is it, is this part of a larger game? How do they play the game? Things like that, really build that environment, that kind of, that framing that conversation of what this project is about. This is another project that I clicked into earlier that I thought could use a little bit of help. So these are really cool posters. But throughout this page, I don't actually ever get a moment to just focus on one poster and just look at it for what it is, just explore that layout, because you have all these little details in here. And sure, while this is a little bit legible, it's kind of, I have to fight to really want to make myself read those. Poster target transfers the design process from briefings. Yeah, and so like I'd want to kind of walk through each poster by itself. I'd want to potentially learn about the photography that's in that. I think I'm not sure if this feels like a progression where the photo is behind or masked by the letters, then you're adding a frame, and then you're adding the whole thing. And as a designer who would look for those kind of points to unify each of them, I think you could do a few things. Is it like the image inside is always the same and you're just revealing more of it as you go? Something to think about. I'm going to click into one more project because I thought this one was pretty cool. Again, like I'm missing like the thought process of like, why was this the final logo? What decisions did you make? Why were the colors used like this? Why was there a gradient? Why was there, this sort of texture and these like floating orbs, like what about the process that you were thinking about to get there? That's like the thing I'm missing with these projects. I don't like this, hey, final logo, then we put some text around the final logo, and here's the Instagram post, and then here's the Facebook banner, right? It's not my favorite image. I would actually consider taking it out. And this is, you have to kind of watch the resolution on assets like this here. But this is, I think, a great way to, this is a great mock, and, the poster looks really good on this. But I don't know if I would repeat the poster. I don't think it really makes sense. Would I have two different posters potentially? I think that would be cool. Maybe two different lineups, things like that. On the about page, not a huge fan of right aligning text. I think especially when you have a left line heading, so something to take a look at. It's super hard to read. And yeah, so I think that is about it. Again, you're in school, take your time to really think about what it is you're doing. You want to work on what you're enjoying. And in that process, you will figure out more and more about how you want to present yourself, how you want to present your work, and the work you want to do. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful. And thank you so much for signing up. Have a good day.